Hello, this is Alexandra Kenny. You're probably asking me why a Christian woman would wear headscarves. Well, this is Jesus walking with his mother, and they're all wearing headscarves. I know you find it weird, but yes, they used to wear headscarves, even the boys. But I don't know why they changed it. And yes, that's when there's a picture of his father and Mary all together. Yes, that's why I wear headscarves. So you're asking why I'm a Christian woman wearing a headscarf? It's because Jesus wore a headscarf out of respect to God, and so did his father, to show respect. If Jesus wore one, then I think we should wear one to show God respect, his father, his heavenly father. That's why, if you're asking why, sometimes I have my headscarves on, sometimes I don't. I wear it, and you shouldn't judge me as a person for me trying to respect my beliefs. But we as Christians should wear it to show God respect. It's not a man thing. If you're asking why I'm wearing a scarf and that I'm really very religious, I'm not religious. I have faith. But out of respect and out of a lot of stories, you see them all wearing scarves. Even Jesus wears scarves to respect his father. And even when Moses and Joseph, that's Moses' father, wearing headscarf too. So I'm trying to go back to the old roots, and that's why I'm wearing a headscarf. And sometimes I shouldn't be showing my hair on YouTube without a headscarf, but because I have to do a documentary on YouTube about, my daughter's rights getting taken away and other stuff. I hope you don't judge me for it. And you shouldn't judge me for it. And yes, and if those that are Christians that are listening, I wear it to show respect between me and God, and show him that I care about him so much and that I love him. And yeah, and like I said, we should be standing up for human rights, and I'm trying to stand up for my daughter's rights, and I'm trying to protect those that have been in foster care as well. I'm also explaining what I went through as a foster kid. Stop the faith. And how they're labelled as all mentally sick. Not all foster kids are mentally sick or retarded. Sometimes they exaggerate the matter, and we're supposed to be a Christian. That's why I'm showing this book. We're supposed to be a Christian country. Not everybody's a Christian, I understand that, but because this was, we're supposed to be a Christian country, and there's still Christians out there that work for the government. I'm just, crying out for them, and for those people that are not atheists. Everybody wants to stand up for humans' rights, and you're not saying anything. Anyways, see that. Anyways, sorry that I'm just showing you nothing. But I have a lot of examples to show you that we should stand up for people's right. Maybe I use Bible examples because I know there's a lot of people that work for the government that are Christians, and I'm talking to the Christian people, so-called Christian people. They're supposed to stand up for human rights, and they don't. They turn a blind eye. And I'm talking to the atheists as well, and all people that we should be standing up for human rights. Sorry that I'm showing you my bed. Yes, I wanted, I'm turning around to my face now, you can see me, but anyways, I'm not wearing my headscarf at the moment. I should be cutting my hair, yes, I respect, but because I'm talking to you guys, and I want, everybody to feel normal around me, at the moment I'm not wearing a headscarf, but I do wear a headscarf. For those that want to know why I have a headscarf on, and sometimes I don't, I'm supposed to, I respect, I cover myself, because you're meant to cover yourself the old ways, keep yourself covered for your husband, and your husband should only look at you. And it's also to show God respect, more to do with God, showing God respect. Anyways, I'm here to talk to everybody, and please, if you've been discriminated, especially in a lot of docs kids have, and if you used to be a docs kid and you've been discriminated, go online on YouTube or online or in any way, and tell people your stories. I have been compensated, yes, they have paid me off. They gave me money, which I didn't know when I was a kid. Compensation money, she'll say. It's like hush-hush money. But I'm speaking out because kids are getting discriminated in Docs Care. And I heard another story of an Aboriginal girl. Trying to remember her name. I think her name was Elizabeth. She was really dark. And she ended up in jail in criminal drug. And she killed somebody. And she told me, she sat down with me. She's like, why aren't you in a place, in a hostel like this? And I said, oh, because I was in between. I got thrown out of foster care. And I was on the streets. I have nowhere else to go. And nowhere safe to stay. And she said, oh, she's like, don't do what I did. She goes, she told me when she was a foster kid, she got raped by a white Australian. And they said she was mentally sick. And that she was a liar. Her name was Elizabeth. She was Aboriginal. She's really dark. In New South Wales and Sydney. And I think her son lives in Mandurah under Doc's custody. And her kid got taken off her when she was a teenager. And I know that a lot of foster kids get abused under foster caring. And they turn a blind eye to it. And they say that only rich people can, you know, be a foster parent. That's false. Mommy. Shush, Faith.
Mommy,
I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. What's this? Baby Jesus and Mary.
Is that baby Jesus?
Yes. Anyways, as I was saying, yes, a lot of kids get mistreated in foster care, and I want to speak out for them. They're not all mentally sick. They're not all retarded. They can speak for themselves, but the government and the courts label them as retarded, as convicts. Not all convicts. Some of us, like me, I went to Mexico and built houses. I volunteered myself, didn't have to, and they found it weird. The government found it weird because I volunteered myself to do volunteer work through Centrelink. When I rang them up, they said a lot of people get forced into doing work for the dole, but I chose to do it to show them that I was looking for a job. This is before I was on disability pension, and I was only getting $290, and then I was paying $200, and then I had to go to a friend of mine because I was in between houses, almost on the streets, and I got kicked out of foster caring, out of my foster carer. In Seven Hills, I got thrown out of house. She accused me of something falsely, and I got thrown onto the streets. That's what our foster kids end up on the streets or in a mental home against their will because they tell the truth, or they end up as criminals because they get forced into it. They have no choice, and that's reality. They end up back on the streets, and the government discriminates people like me. I could become a foster parent. Look, I got a 2-bedroom place. At the moment, my sister's in between places, and she's almost on the streets, and she has 4 kids. Anyways, and she tries to get into housing. I know there's a lot of people on the streets, and like I said to the government, not everybody's mentally sick, and it's not their fault for being poor. You look up the rich people, that you ask them how they become their position and how they become rich. I'm not saying all rich are corrupt, but I'm saying some groups are corrupt, and they'll do anything to get for that position. I don't care if you don't like what you hear, but I'm telling the truth. And as a Christian and as a atheist, someone with morals will tell the truth, even if it means they get targeted. But I think foster kids get mistreated in Docs Care, and even if they change their names, they haven't changed. And yes, they target people to take kids away off them falsely on the false pretenses. This happens in the UK, America, and it's happening in Australia. A lot of people in Australia don't want to stand up. Why? Ask yourselves that, Aussies. Why don't you want to stand up? Why are you hiding? Sooner or later, all your human rights are going to be taken away, and no one's about to stand up. And I'm a person. I want to stand up, and I'm a good person, and I'm not a criminal. And I've tried my best with everything, even to look for a job. I got certificate 3 in aged care, and I've worked for a week at a nursing home. I tried my best to my abilities. I know I'm not perfect. No one is, and you shouldn't judge me. And you can label me as crazy, and this is the truth testimony. I swear, holy truth, of if I have to put my hand on the